up everyone, I'm Siri Circuit and welcome back to House Flipper. Today is episode 30, so we are officially there, the big 3-0. And oh my god, is today's house a unique one? If you could even call it a house at this point. I won't say any more because it's spoilers, so without further ado, shall we get to it? Okay, let's get on with the property description. We've all seen my office before, so I won't show any more of this, particularly as we do. Let's go into browser. Okay, so this is our office and this is our property for today. As you can see, it's very, very unique. And oh my god, I can't believe it. We are officially astronauts. This property description is a long one, but let's crack on. So it's house on the moon. This house allows residents to move away from the most earthly problems by around 384,402 kilometers. The family who moves in here, a family, I don't think a family is moving in, may have problems with commuting, but the unearthly view from the windows is worth it. This house was built by a rather eccentric businessman, I wonder who. The house served as both a research station and as a summer home. How? You don't get any sunlight in space. I mean, I don't think you do. Do you? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I mean, like, it's a black void, ain't it? I don't know. Eventually, problems with shopping and getting to the office forced the owner to abandon his home. Apparently, he's now thinking of moving to Mars. Oh, okay. This house is very cozy and located in a quiet neighborhood. It's a bit run down, but a little bit of renovation. But after a little bit of renovation, are you going to scroll down? Thank you. There will definitely be a family that's willing to live there. So we are renovating some rich businessman's space-bound summer home. That is what we're going to be renovating. Here's some of the pictures. So this was supposedly a summer home, but what the heck? Why have you got like so many beds and stuff? If it's a summer home, it looks more like a space station where people will be doing work on that. But okay, let's go to the house. Okay, and here we are. So this one looks like it might not take me quite so long to do, but as you can see, this is quite clearly a quiet neighborhood is how they put it. But oh my god, wait, these plants, they are, and I can open them. Heck yeah, can I get in? I can get in, sorry. I was going to say, well, let's start the before tour, but I forgot to say, like, obviously that's what we're doing. We are now living in a plant. This is where we're going to live. Not in the actual space station, in the plants on the side. That's cool, though. Get close to this, please. I don't want to kill the plant. But yeah, this is the summer home. It doesn't really look all that homely, to be fair, but I guess this is the front door, so let's just go around the outside. As you can see, there are lots and lots of doors around. What looks like lots of vegetation that we can all open up. Which is awesome, by the way. Lots of plants for eating food and shit. I swear, every time, I'm going to cut it out so you guys don't hear it, but every time I go to record, I literally get my mic out and they start with their engines. I swear, it's literally a plague. I can't wait till summer is over. But anyway, here is the rest of the outside, and as you can see, awesome views. And there's us, there's planet Earth. Hello, home. I guess this is home now. But yeah, let's go inside the front door. We're going to go all the way back around now. The outside definitely needs some touching up at least, if nothing else. Okay, so it's a bit mucky in here. I'm just going to go through the main hallway area. We've got this weird divot down. Oh, this is supposed to be a kitchen. Okay. This is like the dining room area that we saw, and I guess these are all doors. Why have we got so many doors to the outside? It's not like you can have them open. They'd have to be permanently closed. Because, you know, atmosphere and all that. Unless that fencing provides, like, some protection, but I doubt it. I guess we're on the moon, where this home is. And this is a storeroom. Okay. And then, let's continue down. We've got what looks like this is apparently a dining room, but I guess this would be like a little living space. Again, really small and compact. There isn't really a whole lot here. I would honestly, like, consider getting rid of, like, a few of these doors to give yourself some more space. We've got what looks like the command center, maybe an office. Yeah, this to me looks more like a space station than a summer home. I keep saying this because it honestly does. It doesn't look like someone's home. It looks like where you sleep lots of different employees. So yeah, I mean, again, look, you got like 4 beds and 2 desks. Like, you don't have that for a summer home. I don't know. I guess I'm not super rich, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, this looks rather sad for a summer home. And that's that. That's the whole space. That is everything. Okay. So this place is a lot smaller than a lot of our other properties. So that is the before tour, I guess. I thought there was way more to this place, but apparently not. It's not a TARDIS. It's just really small. But on the plus side, according to this game, this outside is classed as a really big garden. So yeah, without further ado, I keep saying this, it's my favourite phase. But yeah, let's get on with renovating. Okay, and we are finally done. I've got this weird view, I know it's strange, but before we go into the after tour and everything else, it's time to do the total time. So let's have a look. So we're going to put on auction. So this one was much quicker than a lot of my renovations have been recently, which honestly, thank Christ for that, because some of them are taking like 9-10 hours and I just cannot. I enjoy it, but it just honestly takes forever. So yeah, the total time for this one was 2 hours, 11 minutes and 4 seconds, which, as I say, is significantly faster than a lot of my renovations. So without further ado, shall we get on with the after tour? Okay, let's get on with the after tour. So I'm going to take you very quickly around the outside because I don't think there's one place I didn't go to. I haven't actually been onto the top. I wonder if it's actually possible. So I'll show you the top of the place if it is possible to get up there. I need to get some scaffold. I never thought about it until literally just. I thought, because they're still moaning about there being some dirt, so. Oh, okay, so there is nothing up there. Just empty. Can I do anything with this? No. Okay. Experimentation over. Alright, let's get on with the after tour. What's the thing? Okay, right. So, anyway, this is the outside. It's not much different. I just literally cleaned it up. I won't look in there. But yeah, I've just cleaned up the place on the outside so that it looked nicer, so it wasn't scruffy. I feel like with this kind of architecture, I have to leave like the spacey vibe. So it's exactly what I've done. I left the spacey vibes as they were, and obviously I haven't done anything with gardens because you can't place anything out here that isn't already out here, so I've not done anything with that, and it's base game, so I'm not going to anyway. But let me take you inside. This is now the main entryway. As you can see, it is much more welcoming compared to before. As you can see, but I've got lots of storage. I always use these. These are just so handy, like adding in lots of little drawers for shoes without taking up a lot of space. And then I've got the hangers up there, which gives you even more storage than the ones that are like complete sets. And then I've got this little cupboard here. It's supposed to kind of act as like a place where you keep keys or something else, and you probably have a phone like up here if you had a phone line. Obviously you're not going to if you're in the middle of space. And then I've just got these to add a bit of decoration and character, and I've gone for nice bold bright colours because as lovely as the night sky is outside, it is also very similar in shades, so I try to add colour in where I can. And obviously she comes with a radiator for warmth because space is cold. But yeah, I'll take you into this room first before the place. This is bedroom number 1. It is a double, and I've tried to add in as much storage as I can. Both the bedrooms in this property, there are 2, are quite small, so I've done my best to try and add in as much as I can. So you've got this here to act as like a shoe rack and some clothes, and then you've got all these little cubbies up here to do the same with. And then also I've added in these cupboards. Now preferably I would prefer if I was able to flip this round so that opened towards the roof. But obviously I can't do that, but luckily enough I managed to find one that was the perfect size that opened up sideways. So at least we've got one actually functioning cupboard. And I've tried to add little plants inside as I can, and some pictures of like nature to make it comfy, and a carpet, even though I've got a carpet floor, just to add a bit of colour. And these again are like places where you can hang clothes and bits and pieces. You've got a nice big bed. Important if you're in space, you need a good sleep. And then, is there another door? There is another door. I'll take you through this door. This is a bathroom. You'll be able to tell it's a bathroom because the top panel is out and the bottom has got like vents in it. The reason why I keep that top panel out is, as you can see, you can't actually see anyone doing anything. It's just in case the bathroom is in use, and so you can see if the lights are on and someone's in there. Obviously I can't add windows in because we're in space, so the only windows in this property are the cool looking door things, which I also couldn't delete as I grew to begin with. But yeah, we got a nice big bathroom here. We've got a separate bathtub and a generous shower. Got a nice toilet and a cabinet with lots of storage, and a nice decent sink with a big mirror. And again, pictures in nature to kind of make it feel a bit more homely. So I've tried to make the inside feel as much as like a normal home as possible. So this is bathroom number 1. And obviously I've got the tumble dryer to help dry clothes. I don't know how you would dry clothes in space if you were to hang them outdoors. I don't know what would happen. But then you come in and this space is looking a whole lot nicer if you ask me. Obviously this was originally where a big door was, and this was, I can't remember, I think this was a bathroom. Oh no, this was the kitchen. So this is where the bedroom is. So obviously I've walled off this space and now I've made a significantly bigger kitchen anyway. So I feel like you've not really lost anything by just moving where the door is. So we've got a huge kitchen with everything that you need, lots of storage space for all your pots and crockery, you know, a hob and an oven, a sink, and over here we've got a dishwasher function, and then obviously we've got even more storage over here and a breakfast bar to sit at, a decent sized fridge for space. We've got, I believe that's supposed to be like an ice dispenser, I'm not entirely sure, and then obviously a rubbish bin and a proper formal dining table. Now I've left open like the door so you can see outside, but obviously people actually in here shut. But yeah, I've included a proper dining table, so I think I did significantly better with the space that I had here. This was just a big table with like lots of chairs around it, and I continued the bright yellow throughout to make it like flow. And then I got a big picture of citrus because it was the closest things I could get to like yellow, like food themed. So I've kept a big picture again to add a lot of colour in, and it's also like kitcheny, isn't it? Food themed. So anyway, as we go in here, this is just the usual utility space, hence why I've got a tumble dryer, because I've got a washing machine, I didn't have space to put it in there. So we've got some shelves here for you to put storage on, and a yellow light to match the rest of the themes. This is just a utilities cupboard, and I have deliberately set it back because I feel like sometimes doors look a little bit better if they're not smack bang like flat with the wall. I just can't do it with a lot of the big doors, but these doors are like half size, so I could do it a bit more with these and add a bit more like a 3D feeling to it. Please don't crash again. Oh, thank God it's saving. It crashed. You'll see halfway through the first little bit of this video that it crashes at some point. I have to like close it, and like I literally had to start all over again and do all the cleaning again. But then I just started the video again after I'd gotten us back up to the point where it crashed. I don't know why it crashed. It just, yeah, it wasn't having any of it. At first I thought it was saving because sometimes it pauses for a long time, but nope, it crashed entirely. I think that's like the first like proper crash I've had when I've been recording it. It has crashed a couple of times before, but yeah, this one just seems to be unlucky. But yeah, and then I've updated this little seating area. It was a seating area before, but I've added in what looks like more comfy chairs to me. You actually have back support and a pillow, a nice little table, and a nice little footrest for whoever needs it. And again, you've got the lovely views outside to enjoy. There wasn't really a whole lot I could do with this space, but I felt like having a cabinet and TV crammed in here was not a good look. So I've added in a cozy fireplace, which is electric, of course, so that you can have the cozy vibes but still enjoy your like seat to sit down, and well, actually I can actually sit down, can't I? You can enjoy the cozy vibes and the good views outside. And I've added in little bits of decor around the place just to make it a little bit fancy. And then in here is a bathroom number 2. Again, we've got a separate shower with our plants in it, for colour and green, and then we've got our separate bath as well, which is a big bath. It says that the other baths are actually the largest in the game, but I feel like this is like a fairly big bath as well. And then we've got a toilet and a big sink as well with under cabinet storage for them to do stuff with, and a mirror to check their appearance, and a picture of more earthy things. So a beach. You're not going to be able to get beach holidays out here in Spain. That is bathroom number 2, and I'll take you into here, and then I'll take you here is the second bedroom of the property. Again, it's blue. I feel like I've gone for a lot of blue in this. I like the shade of blues in this game, I really do, so I do tend to use them a lot because they go with practically everything. But as you can see, these guys have got a bit more storage, but they do have a slightly smaller bed, but it is a double, and this is supposed to be like a bedside table. And then they got this big picture. It's not of nature, but I feel like it fits so well that I couldn't not have it. And again, I've got a carpet just to put a bit of colour in, and all sorts of bits and pieces. Not very interesting, there's nothing in the cupboard, so don't bother to put in them, I just leave them as they are. So yeah, there's lots more storage in this space, but as I say, they've got extra storage for a slightly smaller bed. So, you win some. Both the bedrooms are exactly the same size. I just had a slightly easier job with this one because with this one where the door is, it's just a little bit more difficult to kind of fit it all in. But yeah, anyway, let me take you into the last room of this place. Say last room, second to last room. This is now the proper living room. rather than just a sad bit in the corner, we've actually got a proper living room, lots of space underneath here for like extra bits and pieces like books and stuff, as well as these bookcases, a giant TV, absolutely massive. You don't need a TV this big, but we've got one this big. And then we've got a decent sized sofa and a little armchair as well to sit down and sit on the sofa. Again, a little table here for them to share, and obviously the coffee table. And I've gone for a red theme, as you can see in here, it's very red. And then I've got a city landscape. So I've tried to have like each different area of like earth added in. So you've got things like beaches and woods and like food and like cities. Obviously it's not comprehensive, but it's just a theme I was going for. And then last but not least, we have got an actual proper office. Can I get off the bin, please? Sometimes it's a bit glitchy. I've walked in and out of this door 50 million times, no problem. One time I'm trying it off, I've got problems. So anyway, as you can see, I've got a nice huge desk, much better than the two that were just crammed in the corner in the sad room with 4 TVs. And a huge bookcase again, and I've gone for nice bright colours, because if you're in space you're going to want bright colours to balance out all the white and sad. So yeah, and then I've got a little space heater down here, because why not? it's a space heater. But yeah, anyway, as I say, I've got a formal office in here, and again, fantastic views. I know I am blocking a couple of the doors, but that was kind of intentional, because I can't delete them. I feel like you don't need so many doors to actually access the building. You can get by with what we've got. So I feel like I've done a very good job compared to what this place was before. Because these 2 rooms were originally just one, and they had all the beds in, and it wasn't very well utilised. I feel like this place kind of feels bigger now, almost, compared to before, because like the layout's like slightly better and things feel bigger. But that is the property. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. And actually, while I remember, I think I have mentioned it a couple of times the last couple of episodes. This is the last time I'm going to mention it. But what I've been asking is when it comes to the after tour, I want to know if you guys prefer the split screen where I have the before on the left and the after on the right, so you can see, you know, a direct comparison to what was happening, versus what I did originally when I first started the series, and I think I've done in some of my more recent episodes to remind you guys, is where I just do the after tour as it is and just leave it with no before tour, so the whole screen is just after tour. So I wanted to know whether you guys prefer the split screen or the default screen, I'm going to call it, where I don't do any editing to it really, other than like cutting out a few sections. So you guys will have to let me know, do you want the after tour to cover your whole screen, or do you prefer the split screen? Obviously it won't matter for this video, because I'm just going to do what I do in editing and wait for your guys' comments, but for the last couple of videos I would like to know which is your guys' preferred method. Anyway, I will stop waffling. I think it's time we sell this place. Okay, for this week I actually did write a property description. So before we put this house to like complete auction, I'm going to once again don my retail hat and try and sell this house as an estate agent. So let me sell this to you now. You have to let me know. Again, I'm keeping it short and brief. So this is the new retail property description that I would give. So, are you looking for a truly unique home? Well, this one is for you, especially if you prefer the tranquility of being in your own space. No noisy neighbours near here. This house balances the extraordinary out-of-this-world views with the comforts of home on earth. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom property with a separate living room and an open-plan dining and kitchen room. I feel like that definitely sums it up. As I say, it's very, very short compared to like my old property description used to be really, really long, but I prefer short and sweet. But yeah, that is how I would sell this place. So I want to know, guys, also comment down below, based on that description, would you purchase this property? I think it certainly deserves to be a bit more love than to be a rich person's summer home and they moan about commutes and going to the office. No wonder they moan about going to the office. Their home office was just a sad desk in the corner. But yeah, shall we get on with selling it? Right, let's put this house onto auction. I can't wait to see who has stuff to moan about. Just as a heads up, Mr. Motorbike Man is rolling about. He has been going about for that last hour up and down the road where I live. So hopefully, if I go quiet at times, it's because I'm hoping my noise gate, which I've only just recently learned how to do a couple of weeks ago, if I don't talk, it doesn't pick him up, hopefully. But if I do talk, it obviously activates my noise gates, and I go past the point where they open. So then obviously at that point, it is gonna pick up him as well. So I'm hoping that if I'm like quick enough, he won't interrupt. But anyway, let's sell this place before he comes back. So we are selling to Jack Tarrington, which is my least favourite person. I hate him more than the accountant, Dolan Truss, because he's just there like, I want to sell and I want to rent the place out as cheaply as possible. Let's see, he's got a long list of negatives and not much in the positive, because again, I wasn't aiming with cheap furniture for him. I was aiming to have nice furniture. So let's read his positives. Elegant, no trash, which I was hoping for. You shouldn't be littering on the planet anyway. It's nice that there is at least one sofa. Yes, there is. I want to rent this house to 2 people, so it would be great if they could have a place to sleep. Well, I mean, how on earth are you going to be a landlord if your property is in space? Tenants value 2 bathrooms. I think the tenants will like the TV in the house, which is positives. These are his negatives. Lately, there are loads of Norwegians here, which I don't know. Any Norwegians in the comments want to tell me if you guys have gone to space recently? They look for houses and pay heavily for renting one, but only if there is an in-home sauna. Is that true? Do Norwegians pay like extra? I mean, a lot of people would pay extra for like an in-home sauna, but is that like actually a thing where like you guys will actively look for properties with saunas? I have no idea if that's a thing, and I really want to know. And then he goes on to say, I think a kitchenette in the living room would definitely be a good idea. I don't know why. I think having a separate kitchen's a better idea. Expensive items in a house for rent is a bad idea. What if the tenants damage them? Which is exactly why... Hang on. Mr. Motorbike Man is... He's... I can hear him. I can hear him. And he's gone. It was exactly why I was saying, like, I wasn't making the house for you, dude, because you want it to be as cheap as chips, and mine is certainly not as cheap as chips. But anyway, let's negotiate as we continue in this series. You guys don't know it yet, but I have recorded all the DLC episodes, and in every single DLC episode as well, it has been, you know, rejected. So I'm going to ask for the full payment, and let me tell you, it's going to reject it. He's going to reject it. No way, my offer is not negotiable. Exactly, so we are officially 30 episodes, although we're a tiny bit more to DLC, into this series, and not a single person has ever said yes to the full amount. Oh my god, it's a running joke at this point. Let's accept his offer though, because we've made £157,000 profit, which is not bad if you ask me, for a couple of hours of mine real life work. I mean, overall, usually I get about that much when I've spent like 10 hours on a property, so I'll take that, that's a win. Yeah, in terms of my final thoughts, I guess there's not really too much to say, other than I think I did a really good job at nailing the homely vibe. Like, I could have had like way more clutter, but considering it crashed once, I was like, I don't really want to risk overloading it with loads and loads and loads of clutter. And so, as I say, I wanted to make this place feel like, kind of not like a show home, but kind of like give whoever comes in to view it an idea of what the basics could look like, which I think I did a good job on. And yeah, so I guess that's the end of my final thoughts. We didn't really do a challenge or anything. I just thought the property itself is so cool because it's in space that no matter what I do, it will pale in comparison to the outside. So I wanted the inside to feel almost too normal, to feel, you know, almost mundane in comparison, because when you're surrounded by such extraordinary like circumstances and, I don't know, environment, I guess it's the word I'm looking for, you kind of want a sense of normalcy as well. You want somewhere where you can go and just feel normal, you know? So anyway, I hope I did a good job on that. I think I did, but you guys will have to let me know what you think of this property And of course, don't forget to comment below your opinions on the after tour as well. I think next week I am going to do another colour challenge. I'm not sure what the property is for next week, but I will do another colour challenge if it's appropriate. I'll have to update you in that video when it comes out in like a week's time. But yeah, as always guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and share my videos with your friends. It really does help. As I say, my goal to reach 100, I'm getting ever closer every day. And also, don't forget as well, I don't know how many of you might know this, but I do streaming as well on Twitch. So also have a look in my links to see if that is something that you're interested in, if you want to catch some of my content live. But yeah, I guess I will see you all next week. Bye for now.